We're in town just checking to see what we can see. I've got to do some food shopping. I've been fiddling around all morning trying to solve the problem with the water pump. I don't think I've had much success. I've rung 2 plumbers and left messages for them to ring me back. As I expected, no answer at this point in time. Tried another one, as if there's no answer or whatever, then try emergency, use his satellite phone. I think it's bloody hell. So he's probably out bush. So write him off the list. Back into our humble abode. Now, the gentleman was over cleaning windows when I left. I pulled into the office to, I was going to try to South Australia pass there, make sure I got it all organised before I went to town and started making a fool of myself. The dog's out here somewhere and he starts barking. But I'm pretty certain I was to alert the owner that there was someone at the door because, yeah, there was nothing, there was no one there. He's the only one who runs the place. So he and the Pooch. The Pooch is the one who is the boss, I think. That must be the way it works. Starting to look a little bit choppy out there. Not using the microphone at the moment. I'm giving it an opportunity to try and recharge the sender unit. A bit of breeze around this morning. Found some fuel at $1.33.9 and I think I'll probably use that to go and fill up there tomorrow morning before I hook up and move out. I see, okay. View from these places along here, but so they cop the brunt of the wind too as it's happening. Yeah, I suppose that's the same as any place that's built on the waterfront. Sailing club. Yeah, sailing club, Ceduna. Great place to sail. See? I probably already knew that from last time, but that doesn't mean a thing. Now we've done a couple of bog laps in town. We've done the shopping. I successfully used my South Australia pass 3 times, so I think I'm now going to accomplished user. Let me go straight through here, I see. Come on, I should have gone. I live in a town of roundabouts. Why do I have to bloody muck up on this one? Car behind me, swearing at me. You dopey bastards! I'll have to take issue with him. I tell him I'm not the dopey old bastard, I'm a shilly old bastard. My tongue tells me that. I have to say the dog-a-log store's nice and well stocked. People very helpful. Set up nicely. It's like an ex-army setup. Trailer, tandem back axle, and it's a Land Rover. I suppose they need a tandem back axle. So there probably isn't too many places that trailer would go to. Wednesday morning, 8:45, it's time to go down and get fueled up. Just been talking to a guy called Murray. Got a Land Rover, six-wheel drive. It's ex-army. Look at that little devil. Isn't that nice? Apparently Land Rover comes with Isuzu motors. That one's turbo powered. Lovely. They've done 120,000 when he bought it. It's done about 130 now. It had a cab on the, cab type thing on the back. He's replaced that with built himself
railway crossing.
Built himself a tray back for it, and yeah, 30 grand he paid for it. Apparently there are only a couple of hundred or so of them built. If you want to build something like that. Nice.
Railway crossing.
Well, let him wander. Say a thing or two at the moment. We don't let her talk all that often when we're on these trips, but we certainly let her have a little say here at the moment. Keeps her happy. Righto, so average around about 5.2 kilometres per litre. Had a look, we've done 549 or something like that. 520 something. I have to figure out how many litres, because those things, that's one of those where you prepay and you have to work out how much fuel you're going to get charged for. I have to try and figure out what my upper limit was going to be. And figured, well, around about 100 litres at $1.33, it's going to be somewhere up around about 140 bucks.
Railway crossing.
100 litres almost exactly. It was $132, something like that. So 150 bucks wasn't too far out. And then we topped up, had to do the same thing again to top up the unleaded.
Railway crossing.
That servo works independently of the Auto Pro store. The Auto Pro store is just basically the host for it. They have nothing to do with the fuel.
Railway crossing. Railway crossing.
Okay, so had your little say there, young lady. we've crossed the railway crossing and we didn't collect any trains, so we're all good. The lorry is gone. Okay, we're going around to the dump point and then we're on our way. 10 to 10 and it's Wednesday. I'm not sure of the date. I got up and had a shower this morning and I'm covered in sweat at the moment. It's crazy. It's must be a wee bit humid out there maybe. There are a few permanents here. That would be one of them, I'd say. Okay, ready to rock and roll. And Rex just flew in over the top of us. Landed next door, well, right beside the airport, which is why it's called the Airport Caravan Park. I'd suggest this one's a permanent, but he shed the whole deal. He's got his air conditioner in his shed. On our way. The aim is to get to Minnipa, which is about 170 odd k or something or other. Oh, the sky looks a little dark over there. There's the plane over there taxiing around. And then camp in Minnipa and then hopefully do the Wirrula Ranges tomorrow. That's the plan. These Polaroids always give everything a lot more contrast. As a result, dark sky looks a lot darker, which is probably a good thing. So that's the airport to the right of us. The rest of Australia to the left of us. Yeah, that's the left of us is north. Coming up is the turn off to Streaky Bay and Port Lincoln. That's what we did 2 years ago down there. '88 to Wirrula. I mentioned a couple of days ago about a lot of the farms over here, the paddocks being totally bare and no trees. These ones are rather well wooded actually by comparison. Well, on the right there's a clump, but you go further to the right and there's wide open paddocks for quite a distance before the trees. Same thing over here, but then again, I suppose that's pretty much the same as our wheat belt as well in the west, I think about it. We will point out later though, when we get to some areas where there is just not a tree to be seen at all. I'm looking at this track alongside the road. I'm wondering what it is. When we did the school trip back in 2003, then we came down through over Lake Yedna and through the past the Wirrula Range into Wirrula, and we were told about the old air highway. As we're driving along and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, is that the old air highway there? But of course it's not. I wonder what it is. Alright, don't think it is. There were boats there. The road's well formed, it looks as though it's well used. So whether it's used by local farm traffic or not, I don't know. Maybe shifting machinery from one place to another. The old air highway, of course, did end at around Yellowtail. I know we were looking for the end of it, we were on it, and we just suddenly seemed to disappear into scrub, and then eventually we wound our way onto the road from there. So, I don't know what this road is along here, that's for sure. On our right hand side is the Miltaborough School in there. Miltaborough Area School. Don't know how far down the road, but that's where it is. We're down the council of Streaky Bay, but we're going in a totally different direction, of course. Well, sort of different direction. I suppose it's not really, because this road actually goes down the centre and you turn left, Climb Cutter, to continue on the air highway. So, yeah. Supposedly a rest area just along here on the left, and another one just a bit further on the right. Supposedly 24-hour rest areas, but the map says one thing and the road says another. Where I pulled up back there to grab some water out of the fridge, there's a rest area there that could be seen. It could be used as a 24-hour area if we came to that. But it's really no more than a pull-up type rest area, really. Because that road is running along the left-hand side, so you can always pull in there and park there, of course. But we're not that far out of Wirrula, so I'd assume that maybe if there were rest areas here, they've shut them down. As the road heads up there on the right-hand side. It does, it follows all the way along this highway. There's a rest area there on the right. Now, according to the map, it's marked as a 24-hour rest area, but it doesn't look like one. But there's plenty of place along there to stop anyway. This is the Billabong Caravan. I intend pulling in at Wirrula.
I'll do that, thank you.
See these bins from a fair way back. They're certainly telling you exactly where what you're coming up to is, so to speak.
Thanks, mate. Safe travel.
Thank you, sir. You too. Do they look like mobile towers up there? This is where we came in when we did that 2003 trip. A rather unique tee here with a golf club. just might have a look in the Wirrula general store as well. Just for the hell of it. Okay, so Wirrula. Just up the road there's a jetty. And the sign's been painted out now, but there's enough there to read. I recall that back in the early days, trying to promote Wirrula a wee bit, they decided that the only difference between Wirrula and Streaky Bay was that Streaky Bay had a jetty. So the locals decided, well, in that case, we'll build a jetty, which is what they did. And that is there. I don't know why they've taken it out, I really don't, but taking a run up around the block just to hold it. There's a campground back there. I assume it's free camping, I don't know, I might be totally wrong with that. Tried to sign in with the South Australian app and it wouldn't accept it because the internet wasn't working. The girl said the internet drops in and out. Signal for phone, but that's about it. Wirrula Engineering. Tacker on the road here. With a huge tennis racket, what's more. Again, the stories that these places could tell. There's the jetty straight ahead of us there. And that road, this road, goes out to onto Cooperpedy. Kingunya, out that way. Someone's got their washing out down there, so that's the campground, obviously. Wirrula Caravan Park. We'll have to look up and see what the details are as to charging and that sort of thing. We'll do that when we've got some net. Dog taking its people for a walk. Now I went into the general store. I thought, well, okay, I might buy a coffee or I might buy something, just help it along a wee bit. The general store is actually up for sale at the moment, and in the pie warmer there was, damn it, a Cornish pasty. When I asked them where it came from, they told me it came from the Ceduna bakery. And I thought, should I or should I not? I thought to myself, and then I thought, no, I should not. Tell you what, tasted nice. I have a thing for Cornish pasties. Okay, back on the road. Poochera, I think, is the next stop. We had a look at that in 2019 as well. It was a real windy day that day. 45 kilometres. 79 to Minnipa. So we're not that far out of Wirrula, and there's a rest area here on the left. It's not a 24-hour rest area according to the thing, just a rest area. Mind you, if you got there at the right time of day, and you manage to get to the bottom of it, because it's got a downhill and an uphill, and there's the little bit at the bottom, which is probably the flat bit. Why do they do that? This next set of silos is a place called Ceduna. Cungena. There's a tower there. Probably just, I don't know why they do it, but probably just for audio. Not for data. If that's what it is. I think it's there. Probably operates especially during the harvest season when they're bringing their grain into the bin. Chandado's 20 across there. It's a little town I came across that was out of the blue because I thought it was on another highway. Old sports ground there and a church, a couple other things. And a group of people that look at my photos on Facebook, and all of a sudden that particular page went through the roof. So there must have been people who had history there, family history or something. We're now approaching Poochera. It's supposed to be a 24-hour park just down here on the left somewhere. Something on the right. Picnic tables or whatever. But it's not marked telling you that it's there if you're coming from this direction anyway. So we're 2k out of Poochera, and the highway that comes in from Streaky Bay comes in on the right hand side. Now, the day that I came across in 2019, there were wind gusts up to 60 and I think 50, 60 kilometres an hour across roads, and the paddocks were just dust. You were battling to see through the dust actually along the traffic. Very interesting. Okay, so there's information centre and all that sort of thing. It's down here on the right. I missed the entrance. We'll go around the other way. Come in. Roadhouse is empty at the moment. The roadhouse is it open? Is it still open? No, it's all pulled down.
Yeah, truck coming up behind the white van. I'm stopping at Poochera.
So the roadhouse here at Poochera is defunct. That's sad. Oh. Gallery and bush teas, doesn't look as though it's doing a lot of business. Well, that would be the pub over there, I would think, to the right. From memory. Hotel Caravan Park. What's happening in there, that's for sure. The bowling club there on the left hand side. There. I think I've got to do a U-turn down here from memory. Maybe I can get through there. Sad. The engineering place over the road, all gone. Very sad. 33 to Minnipa. That been off for? Probably ever since Wirrula. Okay, so there's no internet here. There's no phone service as such other than for emergency calls. And there's no caravan park. So apparently what you do is you just park your caravan along the street there, unhook and then head off for the day. Come back and pick up from there. There's a couple of places around the place you can park, but I use a generator, so therefore I needed to use a generator. So to that end, I think I might head back up the road a bit. I saw a park back up there somewhere, I thought, and we'll find somewhere to park along the road, and that'll do me. And I'll bring the van in tomorrow, drop it off, and then go back out there again tomorrow night. If I know that there's somewhere definitely that I can camp for the night. This area down here is filling up pretty quickly. If you enjoyed this video, there's over 200 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you weren't that impressed, please don't hit the dislike button. Instead, tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.